we can get other peeps. Okay. There it's starting. I finally remembered. Okay, so anyways, you guys, I just wanted to okay, so first of all, end of month, Adriana, that was your first one. Jamie, you've done that before, but end of month, I just always explain it like end of month is kind of a little crazy. It's where you kind of are pushing hard. And it's not to stress anybody out, but it's just like you want to try to get as close to you as you can to whatever goal it is that you're trying. And everybody kind of plays a part in each other's businesses, even if they're sidelines or whatever it is. But it's just like we try to kind of fill those last minute gaps. So, getting last minute loyal customers for that volume to get those promotions and put the little bow on it, So I tell people, I'm like, I try not to, you guys, wait till the last day of the month to hit a promotion. If it absolutely has to be, that's totally fine. But I usually try to do it before 3 p.m. because we usually break the system every single time, like literally. So say we're trying to, you're trying to move somebody and you sign like a last minute loyal customer. It won't pop up like it normally pops up super quick for you to move them. Like it takes forever. So it might seem like you feel kind of rushed or something like that, but just know like that's kind of month end. It's just high energy. You're trying to follow up. And for those people that have kind of been dragging their feet to order, we all try to follow up with them and get their orders in for them. Because it's usually, you guys, not that they don't want to order. It's just usually that people get busy. And that's the truth. Like I tell people this all the time. It's like, if I have a favorite pair of shoes at Nordstrom and I see they're on sale, but my kid's sick and then my husband gets called into work or whatever it is, it's not the end of the world if I don't go get my shoes on sale. Like in my mind, I'm like, you know what? They'll probably be on sale again, or maybe I'll get like a note in the mail for $20 off or whatever it is. Like that's kind of how people are in the beginning of like starting as a loyal customer because they don't know what they're missing out on yet. Like me, I'm dying because I don't have keto coffee right now. Dying, you guys. It's like worst thing that's ever happened to me in a long time. But they don't know that yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that anyone's trying to push you or them or anything like that. We just try to we want to just work hard and we want to literally put the little bow because first day of the month, everything goes to zero. And then as people's orders start coming through on the dates that they sign up as customers, then you start seeing volume go. And then on top of that, we get to build more volume, in which volume is what you get paid on, right? So like even though you signed loyal customers last month, that volume will start coming through, Adriana, on the dates that they've signed. And as you have signed more customers, then it just brings on more volume on top of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's kind of month end, you guys. So month end is a little bit crazy. It's fun. Sometimes you may feel a little bit of stress, but not like a lot because it's just one of those things that everyone, if they're working together and it all comes through, like it's just a lot of excitement because you're like, holy crap, we just did that. Like we just did what we didn't even know we could do, So, and then the beginning of the month, I always like to do things like this. So I want to see like, we don't ever want anybody to be stuck or hitting a wall for long at all. So I always say like, let's figure out what really worked for us. Let's figure out last month, because maybe what works for us these next 2 months, we might have to switch gears for the next month after that, or let's see where we were hitting walls or we were having some trouble and see like, okay, how would I respond to that? Because there's some things that I think people think are a no, when in all reality are technically more like that person needs a little bit more info, or they need you to believe in them a little bit and say like, no, I completely understand. That was one of my fears too, but like, this is how we kind of go through this. So like, for instance, my girl, Tiffany, she's really nervous because she's like, I just don't know if I know a lot of people, which you guys, I thought the same thing, like, which is crazy. Cause now I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I told people how many people are on our actual team, they would die, but it's like, I just told her, I'm like, first of all, you don't have to know a lot of people. It's like, I mean, even with you, you could sign somebody, Adriana, that knows a lot of people and that just tapped into that network, or you could have, or Jamie could have somebody that does host to post for her that has a huge network and somebody through there signs up as a DT. And that taps into a network that Jamie would have never tapped into just even by friending people. So we try to be creative in how we build our networks. But the thing is like, like for her, I'm like, I can teach you that. Like, even if you think that you don't have a large network, like that's not something that will hold you back as long as you're willing to learn how to grow it. And I was like, are you willing to learn that? And she's like, yeah, you know, so just think of those things, like listen to what people are saying. Because I know this month, a lot of you guys are wanting to work on distributors to grow your team and to have more people working together. And so just, that is literally what I do. We'll kind of get back to that, but new month, this is how I start. I want to start with the Zoom I kind of do it in groups, like with different people. So I'm doing with you guys. I'll do a new one probably in 2 weeks with the new people that I've just signed this month. And then I also do one with like diamonds and above and just kind of help them of how we kind of like break everything down. But first thing I do is I print off my steps to success. So I print off a new one. So even if you didn't fill out your full steps to success last month, which actually, Adriana, you are super freaking close. You had everything except for like you signed 2 distributors. And in your first month, like that's awesome. You did awesome. So good job for that. But you guys, same thing happens to me sometimes. Like January, I think, was it January or February? January, I think I signed 6 distributors. And then February, I signed 1. And then we're already in March. So it kind of like evened out, right? So I'm still like 3, 3, 3. I'm still at 1 above. But even now, I'm already going to be trying to sign my second DT, you know, so it kind of evens out. So don't even stress about that. But I'm still going to tell you to print a new one off. Okay. And so I print a new one off, new month, new everything, new energy, new ideas, whatever it is. If you have people that were thinking about it, so like Adriana, you were talking how you have Mary Cootie. I start a potential list over here and I put their names down for people that I know are still interested. From, you'll see them on my maps. My maps are really messy. But for people that I had on my follow-up list before, and they're still just kind of dragging their feet, I pull them on over here. I'll even put it on the back of my sheet too sometimes. So I'll do that. Same thing with follow-ups. I will, if you had people like you do, Adriana, like I will put their names on the back of here and make sure that I'm following up. And I already kind of like write down what they have wanted to buy or whatever it is. Because here's the other thing. When I'm thinking of posting, like when I'm posting for the day, I go and I look at this and I'm like, okay, how many people do I have that are wanting to be DTs, you know? And I'm like, okay, I need to do like a post or a live or something about the business. And I'm going to address some of these people's fears that they've literally just told me. And I'm not going to call them out. I'm just going to make it a general thing. Because the thing is that's almost like following up with them and having a conversation with them without actually messaging them. Because it's going to pop up on your timeline and they're watching you right now because they want to do what you want to do, right? Same thing. I know Elizabeth, she's not on here, but I think she's driving into work. But you guys, she has so many like things that are right there. And I was telling her, and a lot of them are the wraps. And so at first she was kind of stressed and she was like, oh, I don't know exactly, or people aren't understanding the keto coffee. They think they have to be on keto to, you know, whatever. And I just said, here's the thing. We have so many more products than just this keto line that's just coming out. So if they are having a hard time comprehending that you don't have to be in keto to benefit from it, talk to them about other stuff or post about other stuff for a little while. It might just be that they don't get it. And until maybe you get some people that can try the keto coffee and that type of thing, and then word's going to slowly get out about the keto coffee and what it's doing for those that aren't on a weight loss journey maybe, or, you know, because she's not on keto, but she has lost, Elizabeth, you guys has lost like, I don't even know the correct number right now, but it's over 60 some pounds from the first time that we connected. Like it's crazy amounts. And she was just, had been in a place where she was like, I want to take care of me for my family, you know? And so she had started using like the shake and different things that we had. She loves the wraps. So I told her, literally we were talking last night and I was just following up with her and she was like, I think she told me like 6 different people that want the wraps. I'm like, if that was me, like I'm going to post about the wraps. I'm going to share my wrap results. I'm going to like, because as you're posting, it's almost like a follow-up. So I think about those things as I write them down. If it's hair, skin, and nails, I'll throw out and say, hey, I'm looking for 4 people that want to do the 90-day hair challenge, that want to use the hair, skin, and nails for 90 days at my cost, so 40% off, to help grow your hair faster, longer, thicker, you know, give it some health back, like all that stuff. So that's where I kind of come up with some of my posts. And then the other thing is like ideas of posting. I talk about like using the different products. Today, because I don't have my keto coffee, I was like, you know what? that's the perfect opportunity to talk about a different product than just the keto coffee. So I'm like, let me talk about the shake, you know, because I used to, before keto coffee, and even though I was on keto, I did the shake with my chocolate grains all the time because we didn't have the keto coffee yet. And our shake has such low carbs, you guys, and 0 sugar, which I can tell you compared to so many other proteins out there and other companies, that is not the case. That is not the case. Like, I was just talking to a girlfriend that's doing keto, and she's like, my shake has 16 carbs in it. I'm like, I know. I go, you don't even realize how much stuff is added into it until you start like paying attention, you know? So like our shake is so clean and it tastes good, which is amazing. Like tonight we're going to do Brinner. We're doing breakfast for dinner, and I'm doing keto protein pancakes, and I'm using our shake for it. And I'm so freaking excited, you guys. So, and I'm also going to put some of that keto creamer in there. Fatten that baby.
Ooh,
I know. So I'm gonna put that on there as a post. So anyways, I'll kind of show like our little array of things. So that's kind of how I do like posting. So new month, I do my steps to success. I kind of evaluate, and I'm like, you know what did I do last month that worked well? So Jamie, if you were to say like, what is something that you thought about that you did last month that was kind of different, that worked well, what would you say worked well for you?
Consistency with my posting on social media, and along with that, growing my social media network. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And you may not even feel confident, but your posts it's almost like because you know that you're doing this, your posts are so much more confident than they've ever been. Been. Like, I'm like, if I would read it, I'm like, she's been, like, people are going to say, like, they're not even going to know. They're going to be like, she's been doing this for years and years, you know? So I'm proud of you on that, because I think that that's a big thing too. It's just knowing, you guys, there's a moment in your business, and it happens at different times for everybody, but it's like you all of a sudden are like, hard or not hard, little time available or not, like you just are 2 feet in and you're like, I'm staying here and I'm running the course. And I feel like that's what kind of hit with you. And I love that. So yeah, consistent posts. How about you, Adriana? What do you feel like, because you did great. Like, what do you feel like helped you get loyal customers and distributors? Because you didn't overthink it. Like when your daughter and your daughter-in-law, stepdaughter?
My stepdaughter and my mom. Yeah.
Yeah. When they signed up, like you had barely been in a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like you weren't overthinking the process of asking, which is so good. It's so good, because there's times, I don't think I did in the beginning either, because we don't know enough to overthink it. And there's times now that I have to tell myself, like, stop complicating it for this person. Like, you're making it more complicated than even they are, you know? So what do you feel like worked well for you?
Well, I think I do complicate things. Like, I put a lot of stress on myself, like thinking, you know, my daughter's in it and my mom, so I have to make sure, because my mom, like we've talked about, she's really not, like, she goes on social media, but she really doesn't like post much. So I kind of I feel that pressure. I think that's what gets to me the most, just the pressure of knowing that I've got them and that I have to make sure that, you know, like I help them sell their wraps. I'm doing okay with that. So yeah, I think my one thing that what Karen that just signed up recently, she told me was like, you know what, I did the wrap before I went because she celebrated her, I don't know how many years. She got married in Hawaii, like remarried with her husband. Yeah. Or celebrated their vows. And she says, I appreciate you not pushing me. She goes, I'm ready now. And because I wore, like, you know, Damien, you probably don't know, I had a gastric sleeve. So I've been losing weight. So I wore my smaller scrubs so you could see it more. And they were like, oh my gosh, Adriana, you look so great. And then they're like, okay, so let's talk about, you know, what we, you know, about the products again. And Karen told me, I appreciate you not pushing me. Like, I'm ready now. Like, and then we got on there and she signed up that same day. I'm like, well, maybe my approach is not so very much like follow up so all the time. And hey, like, are you going to do this? Yeah. But a lot of girls that were there that night were like, yeah, you know, tell me a little bit more what you're telling me. You're talking about the other day, and I'm interested in this product. And I'm hoping that eventually they're going to be a loyal customers.
Yeah. And you have to remember, and that's why I think posting, like, everyone's so worried about posting, like, what is somebody going to think of me? Or are people going to get annoyed? Or people always think these things, right? I did too. I'm not going to say, like, I didn't think that either. The thing is I honestly was like, at a moment, I think I just had a moment, and I'm like, I don't care if they are. Like, I'm annoyed that people are trying to say like things about cops. Like, I'm annoyed that you're posting how, you know, this or that. Like, I finally was just like, I actually don't care if they're annoyed. And the thing that I think we'll all find, you guys, and as you learn this business, is that posting can sometimes work as a follow-up. Like, that doesn't mean you don't have to follow up, but say you were going to talk to Karen like next week. This thing is if she randomly sees your post, it just even prompts her to be like, oh, I work the same shift as Adriana tonight. I need to ask her about that. I've been thinking about it. I need to ask, you know? So I always tell people, like, I did not want to be that pesty person. So to not be that, you guys, I always have stayed consistent. I have shown every single day that my business is open. So like, you know, even this is easy. Like, I could take a picture of us three on here, and I would do a post like and say, I'm so excited, you know, what this new month is going to bring, like new goals, working together, like, you know, that type of thing. And people are already like, oh my gosh, like, she's on this, and how does she even know how to do that? Like, they don't even know, but they can see what you're doing, you know? So, and the thing is you guys, I am not going to like make people crazy or be annoying. However, if I believe in somebody, I'm not going to let them sell themselves short, you know? So if it comes to this business, like, I give them some time, and then I'll say like, okay, so I know you've been thinking about this. Like, what are some things that you're fearful of? Or what are some things that you're nervous about? Let's talk about those, you know? And then we'll talk about them. And if they don't really say like, okay, I think I'm ready or whatever, then I give them a few more days, you guys, and I'll like go follow up again. But same thing with the customers. Like, to not be crazy obsessive about like, oh, this girl's supposed to sign up or she was interested. What I do, you guys, is I literally just move on, and I'm like already focusing on new people that I can start a conversation with, or new people that could potentially be my loyal customer. Because the truth is you want to have multiple conversations going, because not everyone's going to sign the first time you talk to them, right? And so if we're trying to get this done and completed, like, we need to be having multiple conversations, right? And the thing that you guys, the only reason why I stress this is because when people look at my journey and they're like, you went fast, I'm like, I did this. That's all I did. The other thing that's awesome about this, I don't know if this is my paper. Here it is. I use this one all the time. If you're doing this, so I do love that we can tell our people, no, you get paid on both loyal customers and distributors. So a lot of people think like a business like this, they have to recruit. And it's all about the number of people that sign up on your team. False. Like, our business is not like that. Like, you can have 400 people on your team, but if you have no customers anywhere, you aren't going to go anywhere. So I love this business because, you guys, people, you need both. So it doesn't matter. The other part where maybe they're not strong at, we can teach them that. But the thing that's awesome about this is it's 4 customers. It's 1 LC. So if we break it down, that's like 1 a week. I think you guys are all doing pretty much more than that anyways. Second one is the distributors. And the thing is, if you do this and you get these 3 distributors fast start qualified, it's $100, $100, $100. So that's $300 just in fast start bonuses, which, Adriana, you earned 1. And I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 more days for your mom to get 1 more. And then you would earn your second one. That's $200. So like, when you're sitting there thinking like, if you didn't sell any part of your auto ship, like, you're already profiting. Like, that's how awesome this business is, you guys. So the reason why we talk so much about the steps to success is that not only does step 3 allow you to get these $100 bonuses paid out throughout the month on Fridays, plus, you guys, you can earn unlimited. So yes, this says 3, but if you're like, I absolutely need $500 and I need it now, maybe it's to pay for a kid's sport or whatever it is. I think we have another 3-on-3 hockey thing coming up that's due. And I love those Friday bonuses for that reason. Like, I'm like, oh, I just got $200 on a Friday for helping people work towards their goal, find success in this business. And that just covered my kid's sporting event, you know, like for the next season. So it's like, this is awesome because now you can still have wrap cash because we have our auto ships going and everybody on here does. And I love you guys for that because it's hard for me to teach people how to be successful if they can't even wrap somebody or let them try something. And so I've always done that, and you can switch it up every single month if you want to. which Adriana, I think we have to put yours back on. Remember I turned it off because I was messing with that? Okay, so just remind me about that. But so here's your Wrap Cash. That's instant. And Jamie, talk about your Wrap Cash.
Oh, okay. So
I'm gonna boss about that, and I love it.
So for a couple, well, I hosted a fit and obviously got some Wrap Cash about that.
Yeah. And how much Wrap Cash did you get? Did they all wrap?
No, only one. So I only got 25 from that. But not that long before that, I actually had a couple of individual wrap appointments.
Yeah.
So
I did all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Those are amazing.
So, and then there was this huge like used children's clothing sale. And so I just got my daughter so much new to her clothes. It was awesome. And I paid for it in cash. And it was just like, bam. And then I had been messaging for a couple months with one of a gal that like I just recently reconnected with, and I found out she was getting married, and I was just like, I don't know how I brought it up like real casual, not like, oh, you're getting married, well, you need these wraps. It was just like it kind of like organically came up because we have a relationship, so that's cool. Anyway, so whatever, back and forth. I tried to like get her like the LC discount, and she's just for whatever reason. But anyway, it was a couple days ago. She messaged me in the afternoon saying, okay, this is so last minute. She's getting married the 15th of this month. So this is so last minute, but do you have 4 wraps that I can just buy from you tonight? I didn't even know what I was doing that night, but I was like, yes. I don't know what I'm doing. Yes.
Yes.
So I drove, in rush hour traffic to her and made $100.
Nice. And that's, see, you guys, and I love that because that's the thing. Like, we literally can cater to whatever they want to do. So like I tell people this all the time. I'm like, if it's really hard, you guys, and they are just not wanting to do the loyal customer, I just am like, well, you can buy it from me retail and you can get it right now. And we get to offer that because we have just a little bit of product on hand. And the thing is like, that's why you do want an auto ship. If Jamie wouldn't have had any wraps on hand, there's no way she could have instantly made $100. And that chick wasn't wanting to be a loyal customer anyways. So the thing is like, then she wouldn't have made anything off of it. So I love that we have that, you guys. If they don't want 3 months, perfect. You can tell them about the 1 month where they can pay the $50 fee. I've had literally, I think 5 people do that total in all of 6 years, but I'm still fine with it. I'm like, if you want to pay the $50 fee, go for it. They all came back and ordered again. And I was like, this is why I told you just to do the customer thing. But it's fine. Like, I want them to do whatever they feel most comfortable with. And if they want to get wraps from me, you guys, or say like, this is the other thing I want you to know. Say like somebody's like, no, I just want to buy wraps from you. But maybe like Adriana, she only got keto coffee and greens on her auto ship, right? And so if she didn't have any wraps because she had used hers or whatever, I already know the next month, you guys, I just say to them like, hey, okay, so what I can do is I'll put an order for you. I'm going to be putting it in on the 1st of the month, and I'll order your wraps for you. And you guys, that's already knowing that you're making $100, like you're getting it for 40% off, and you're going to make that, you're going to sell it right off the bat, right? So that's part of your auto ship. And you can move your auto ship date. So like, say somebody's coming to you and they want Fat Fighters and New You or something. And you're like, I don't have that. But that's what they want for retail. What you can do is you can put it on your auto ship, switch it around, and then know like already as that's coming in, like you're selling that. So I have a girl, same thing. She was wanting to buy something for a gift. And I just told her, I was like, I don't have all that on hand. Like we use our products, and honestly, we don't carry a bunch of stock, which is exactly why I do this business. Like we carry very little. And so she was wanting It's Vital Complete. I mean, it's a big order, you guys. Like she wanted the It's Vital Complete, a pack of the keto coffee, and then the chocolate greens. She's paying retail for all of that. You guys, that's like a $300 in Wrap Cash that I'll make. I make $500 a month on a shift at work. Like that's crazy, right? So I just had put that in as part of my auto ship, and I already know it's going as soon as it comes through. And I just said, I just told her, I was like, hey, the order went. It's shipped. Like now we just wait. And so as soon as it comes, I'm going to be contacting you. Boom, done. Right? So just know like your auto ship, it's not scary. It's actually a way for you to make Wrap Cash, which is like one of the ways up here, right? So this is our first step. And then second step, this is your loyal customers. You're getting volume. You need that to promote as well. But this is making your commission check that we get monthly, and that's on the 15th. And then this third step is unlocking your fast start bonuses. And it's helping you promote. You need distributors to promote, okay? So that's kind of this. This is gold. I still use this. Yes, I know it. I mean, I have it memorized, but I also use this to keep myself organized because I write their names. I write what they've ordered. I write their ID. They always forget their ID. Always, you guys, okay? Just know. So I literally just look at this and I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like, I can get you logged in. Like, this is what it is. And they're so grateful for that. So that's that. What was I going to show you? So I talked about that. Okay, so distributors. That's where we're all kind of at, is working on distributors. So if you guys have questions about that, we can talk about it. But here's the thing. You have to ask people to join you. Okay, so that's my first thing to tell you guys. You have to ask people. A lot of people don't even understand that that's an option. It's not something that they ever have seen themselves doing. I know for me, you guys, like, I wasn't like dreaming of being a rap girl. Like, I had no idea what that would even mean. And then when my girlfriend said that, I was like, I don't even know what that means. Like, what does that mean? You know? And she's like, oh, so you're going to get that a lot. Like, as you ask people, they're like, well, what do I have to do? You know? And literally, you guys, I just say, I'm like, you get to share all the different plant-based products. So whether it's skincare or people are wanting like better energy, or what products have you kind of had your eye on? Like, I kind of ask them that, and I'm like, you just get to share it, just like you would your favorite restaurant or your hairstylist who's amazing at doing your hair. Or maybe you went and stayed at a resort and you're like, the hospitality was just unreal. Like, that, you get to share that, but now you get to get paid, and you get paid for helping people hit their goals, for staying healthier, to becoming, you know, fit physically and financially. Like, it's freaking awesome. That's what you get paid to do, you know? So I explain that to them. But the thing is if you wait for people to come to you, it's not going to happen. That's so rare. And I wish it was like that, you guys, but people just are not that bold. They're not that fearless with their own goals. But I can tell you, as I started growing my team, I was so much more fearless for my girlfriend's goals than I was my own. I was like, okay, I don't know if I can get Ruby, but what I do know is that I can help Jamie and I can help Adriana, and they both need it, and we're going to freaking go get it. Like, so as you get those first distributors, you guys, it's kind of exciting because you don't have to know everything about everything, okay? But you are going to learn, because some of them are going to ask questions that you're like, I never even thought to ask that, or I've never had that happen yet in my business because I'm still pretty new, or whatever it is. And that same thing happened to me. But the thing is we have a team that can answer those questions for everybody, you know? So make sure you're asking. You might have to ask a lot of people to get a yes, and that's okay. But just know that all those people you've just asked are now watching you. So that's where you want to stay consistent. You want to post. You want to talk about joining. As you welcome team members, like Adriana, you could easily go back and post and say, like, I am so excited, and you could tag your mom and your stepdaughter in it, and you could talk about, you know, and you could literally do a picture like today. Let me show you. I'll show you what I did with my girl today too. But you could literally do a picture like this and be like, they joined my team, my fast growing team. You know, you could say something like that and say, starting this month, the earlier that you join, the longer you have to get your $5,000 bonus by the end of May. Like, literally, that's what you could post. And not only is it being on yours and it's showing like, hey, people are joining my team. It kind of shows that demand, but it also is tagging them to show like, hey, they've just joined you. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of hitting all of it at once. So as you welcome loyal customers, as you welcome distributors, you guys post about that. Show that people are excited about their wraps. Like, I'm going to do one. I had a girl message me. She had gotten same thing, wraps. Like, literally, she paid for super fast shipping. It was like 3 weeks before she was headed out to a cruise. And I hadn't heard much from her, and I had followed up with her. You guys, she's obsessed. Like, she's like, what it did for my stretch marks is unreal. She's like, I've used every cream known to man. So I asked her, I said, hey, would you be willing to, if we have corporate, like, actually approve these so we could share, would you be willing to share? She was like, absolutely. So you guys, we just got hers shared. I got it approved with her approval. And the thing is, I'm going to ask her, I'm going to say like, hey, would you be willing to post about this? She's not even a distributor, you guys. So I'm going to ask her if she'd be willing to post and just give her testimony and say, like, if you guys have ever wanted to try these, like, you should contact my friend, and then she's going to tag me. The thing is, you guys, is if she starts asking more questions, I'm going to tell her she should do this business. Like, that's where this is going. So she can either, if she doesn't want to join the business, that's fine. But guess what? Her posting is going to show her network, which brings her network to me. You know, so you have to ask, go the extra mile, you know, follow up with your customers, see what results they're getting. You know, be excited for them, because it is exciting. It does stuff that most people can't even believe it does. And so I do that with all of my people, and the host-to-post thing is so big right now, and it's so nice. And I feel like it also takes the pressure off you a little bit. So I'm going to post it in our little message on there, but I want you guys to watch the live that Cammie did, and she interviewed 3 different people, and they all do the host-to-post, which is asking somebody if they would post on their wall and tag you in it about one of our products. So it seems like the main ones that people are doing are like Keto Coffee, The Cleanse, wraps, and hair, skin, and nails. Those are like the first 4 that I feel like people use a lot. And then people are commenting under there, and then you can go in, friend them, and message them and talk to them about these products. So even though that person isn't wanting to be a DT or whatever it is, they're still just sharing for you. And you're finding those people that are wanting these products or the business or whatever it is. And there's even one, you guys, that somebody's doing for a host-to-post for potential distributors. And she's like, I literally already signed 3 DTs this month. She's like, so I'm going to share that in our message so you guys can see the little scripts and stuff. But I really want us to focus on that and work on that this week. Because like I said, I think it kind of takes the pressure off you, plus it's fun. And as those people like the post or comment on them, what you're going to do is friend them and then message them. And then below their comment, you're just going to say, hey, I just sent you a friend request and I'm sending you some info. That's all you say. And so that way they kind of know, like, oh, I need to go look for a message from Adriana, or I need to go look for a message from Sarah, or whatever it is, okay? So we'll talk about host-to-post, but that's kind of, you guys, you want to look and you start getting better and better at it the more you do it. But I always say, like, when you feel like you're at that one step, take one more bold step forward. So whatever that is. So like my loyal customer, I didn't just stop because she's excited about her wrap results. No, I asked her, like, hey, can we get these approved? Would you be willing to share these, you know, publicly? She was like, yes. And she's saying that because she's excited. She's super excited what these stretch marks did. And the thing that I said to her, which I know I've said to Adriana, and I know I've said this to Elizabeth too, is I was like, that is going to inspire so many people that have the same insecurity that you've had. You know what I'm saying? So whether that be anything, when Elizabeth is really like sharing her personal testimony, or just a struggle with weight, you guys, there's a lot of people that have that struggle. There's a lot of people that they're not even trying to do that, but they just put so many other things first that their health comes last. And then it kind of feels like it spins out of control. Like, people relate to stuff like that. That's comforting to them. It brings hope into their life that somebody's cheering them on. And so, I mean, I was probably just as excited for her wrap results, and knowing, like, I get to freaking share these products that just make people so happy. You know, like, I love when my people share stuff like this. Like, it makes my day. It tells me this is why you do what you do, even on the hard days. Even when somebody stands you up after you just drove 15 minutes to meet them. It was still a really cool coffee shop, and I worked, so it was fine. But that just happens, you know? And so we want to talk about getting those distributors, so we have to ask. Second of all, listen to what they're saying. You do not have to, like, literally tell them everything about how they get started or anything. Don't even talk about that until they ask, hey, what do I have to do? Or what is this, you know? If you can voice message them so they can hear you, that you're sincere, that you're excited for them to join you. Answer their questions. And then by the end of that ping pong conversation, if they haven't asked maybe about the auto ship, then talk to them about it. Then just say, hey, and we have the option to run an auto ship, which automatically does this, and it allows you to make wrap cash. And I explain what it does. And I say, like, it's one of the 5 ways that we can make money. And so I'll say that to them if they haven't gotten it. I'm never going to let somebody join without hitting all the points. Okay. But the thing is you just have to know you don't have to hit all those points in the first message or the second message. Like, let it kind of go back and forth. And I think that's something that people really struggle with is when I sign a DT, you guys, I've usually had like a conversation, I mean, at the least 5 days back and forth. And those are people who sign fast. Adriana, we talked about it for like years, right? And then you were my customer, a really loyal customer for a long time. And you guys, I was okay with that too. Like, because then when she was ready, she's ready and she's excited and she's done super well. So, and it might take that life change of where she's like, you know what, I'm going to be starting school again in a little bit. Like, I do want some extra income coming in. And so I always say, like, they never get to leave your list, but just know, like, people don't usually automatically say yes right off the bat or in the first conversation. So you also have to know, do not stop at the first conversation, okay? Or don't think like that failed or that was a no or any of those things. Like, get down to what is scaring them to say yes. Because you guys, they're not signing their life away to try to do this business. If it didn't work, they can stop at any point, right? The pressure, there is no pressure. So talk about it casually, be excited, be out asking, find people that you can ask, look for the ways into conversations. Like, I've had people, talk about, what did she say? Oh, my girlfriend was posting, somebody from high school. I think she's a teacher, but she was just saying how she's been sick literally all year long. And I'm like, you need greens. Like, I know that I've sold this for 6 years, but I am telling you, you've been sick all of 2018. My kids have been sick all of 2018, and I haven't been sick in 6 years. Like, just saying, worth every penny every single month. And so you guys, like, I look for conversations like that when I'm doing my little power hours. And you just have to know also, as you get loyal customers and people love the products and they're coming back to you like that, that's an instant thought. Like, I should see if they would like to continue to use these products, earn free ones, and earn even further discounts through Wrap Rewards and join my team. Okay? Because we can upgrade anybody at any point. So just remember that too. So never discount loyal customers ever. They are what makes your paycheck. You need them. If you were just like amazing at only that, so you're going to have some people that are like, do I have to grow a team? I don't know a lot of people. I don't know who would join me. Who cares? I didn't know who was going to join me either. And I have a huge team. And the thing is you can also say, like, no, if you were just awesome at customers, you can get a car bonus. You guys, if you have 60 loyal customers, in a certain volume, it's a $600 a month bonus added on. And they do that instead of like handing you a car with a lease that maybe you wouldn't want or whatever. They're like, hey, if you want to put this $600 towards a car payment, that's for a pretty nice car. And B, if you don't want to put it to that because you have a car that you want or your car's paid off, you can put that $600 to anything you want. So the answer is no. Do you have to recruit people to make money? No. You don't. You can do Grab Cash. You can have a commission check through loyal customers. But if you grow a team, A, it's way more fun because I love working with people. I don't want to work by myself. And B, you can get unlimited weekly $100 bonuses. And I don't know who doesn't want that. And you can go for a $5,000 bonus. So there's that. Okay. So anybody have questions that they have been, or roadblocks they have been hitting when talking to people about the business or doing the distributor way that I can answer?
I guess people just not responding.
That's too
hard. That's what I get the most, I would say.
Yeah. I have that too. And honestly, I just look at I just look back and I'm like, okay, I also will make sure that I have, like, even after I've messaged somebody, that I'm making sure to be interactive amongst their page. Because I don't want them to think that I only thought that for my own benefit. Like, I want them to know, like, I thought of you for a reason, Yeah. So make sure that you still go back and you're like liking on their page. Again, that's one of those things that it's going to say like, oh, Jamie liked your photo. And they're like, oh yeah, Jamie messaged me. You guys have to think, like, Ashley Sinclair, I know some of you may not know her, but she's been in the top 10 forever. She freaking erased the message that she got and then decided 6 weeks later to be like, oh, I actually do want to know more info about the fat patch. That's what she called it. And she was like, and literally because she said something to her mother-in-law, you guys, and her mom's like, and her mother-in-law was like, well, what is it? Like, she was saying that this girl had asked her. And she was like, yeah, can you believe she wants me to join this business? And she owned a boutique at the time, you guys. She owned a really successful boutique in Texas. And then her mother-in-law's like, but did you ask questions? Like, I kind of want to try this fat patch. And she was like, you do? And she was like, yeah, like who wouldn't? And then she's like, well, I kind of do too. And so she was like, well, shit, I'm going to have to go back and ask her. And I erased her message. And her mother-in-law's like, just be honest. Just say that. Be like, I'm horrible. And I erased your message and ignored it. And then I randomly was still thinking about it 6 weeks later, and I mentioned it, and I already have people that want it. Like, so just know, you guys, it's okay. But also know if you've sent out some of those messages to people and they haven't responded, try to be interactive in other ways. So it's kind of almost like a follow-up that's saying like, Adriana liked your photo, Ashley liked your photo, Ashley commented on your photo, or whatever it is, so that they're like, okay, like maybe she sees something in me, or maybe I should ask. Like, I'm sorry, you guys, I don't know a single soul that would tell you they do not need an extra $200, $300. Like, I am just being super honest with you. And just from doing this business for as long as I have, it may seem like they have everything all together. And I have just learned that even if that's the case, even if they are financially fit, they're usually lacking somewhere else. They don't have anything to call their own. They don't have something like where they have a lot of friends or a lot of support, or they feel very alone, or whatever it is. So just know that this business is such a blessing in so many ways. So that's what I do with people that don't respond to me. And the joke's kind of on them. You're going to learn that, but it is.
I have two more kind of questions. So since we all are trying to build our social network. And you don't have a relationship quite yet with people. Like, do you want to ask those people? Because I feel like, oh, hi, I don't know you. Would you want to join my team?
You know
I feel like that's not genuine.
Okay, if you have somebody that you've been thinking of, okay, I do not do that. So I want to tell you that right now. I know there are people that do, and they still sign people up. That just is uncomfortable for me. And I still do things that are uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong. But I just know that there's a way that I can still do it in a short amount of time that isn't uncomfortable for me. And I also feel like shows my true colors of who Sarah is. Okay. Yes. So if I literally been following somebody, because you guys, building a relationship doesn't need to take months and months and months. Like, building a relationship can literally happen in days. So the thing is like, say I see people on Instagram, right? You guys know I love Instagram because it just hits a lot of things that I love. So if I'm on there and I find somebody that I really like, I instantly am trying to find a way to have a conversation with them. So whether it be like their stories, I'm writing in their stories, I'm commenting on their stories, things that they post, I'm commenting on there. If there's something that's similar, so maybe our boys play baseball together. Like, actually, this mom had just messaged me about baseball. She also messaged me about, like, she sees my kids play a lot of sports, right? So she's talking to me about if they keep score and something about that. So she is somebody, though, that I think would be awesome at this. This is the first time we've ever talked, was like 2 days ago. I don't care. I already have had a conversation with her. I've answered questions before about like a Google thing that I was doing. And she had asked me, like, we've interacted. And so that is my only goal. I just find ways to interact with them so that they know that even if they say no, or this isn't for them, that doesn't mean that I'm not interested in who they are or what they have to offer. Because there's a reason. You guys, I don't ask people that I don't like. Like, that's the truth. So I always, like, if I like them, I like them. It doesn't matter if they join my business or they don't. So I always am trying to find a way of starting a conversation that is not It Works related first, to open the door, continue liking and commenting if they're posting, and then you can go back and say, hey, more than likely, you guys, they're going to come in and like comment and like stuff and do stuff on your page too. And if you have some It Works posts going like you should, then they're probably at some point going to like or comment, and then you can say like, hey, either you can comment about that, or you can even just go in and say like, hey, have you ever thought about, making some extra income from home? Or do you have any interest in what I get to do and what I get to share on a daily basis, and go from there and see what they say. You guys will be so surprised. Like, you're going to be pitting out, you're going to be sweating, you're going to be like, what the freak? But you will be so surprised at how many people actually say yes. Or the other thing I always say as I say, would you be open to hearing more about what I do or making some extra income from home? Be open to hearing. Nobody wants to be closed-minded. Like, I'm serious about that. So that is like wording that I use all the time is, would you be open to hearing more? Because that means I can set up a phone conversation. We can start a message thread, and they've kind of agreed to that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that is how I do that. So a lot of you guys know, like, I am working in my cold market, because even if I had a huge network, I'm 6 years in the business. Like, this business isn't just a short-term thing. Like, it goes on and on. I plan to be here still 12 years from now. So you are going to meet new people. And you guys, some of those people are going to be like the best people you've ever met. Like, I'm just being really honest. Like, they're just awesome people. So, so don't be afraid to be friending people or think it's weird or anything like that. Like, I'm telling you, you're probably going to end up friending one of your best friends ever during this business. So that is how I do that, because I am not a person that just friends somebody and then asks them to join my team. It's just not how I build my business.
Yeah. And then the other thing, I don't really know how to form this into a question, but I feel like I have a lot of confidence about the products. And so that's kind of why it's been a little bit easier this past couple months to get LCs. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I kind of fake my confidence about the business side, but I can tell that I still don't really have like much confidence. And so like, I don't know how to form that into a question, but I don't know. Like, how do I fake it until I make it? I don't know.
But here's the thing. What part of it don't you feel confident in? Yourself and being able to lead them to success? Like, what is the part that makes you nervous that you're not willing to boldly put it out there?
I guess you just hit it on the head right there, because I've had all of my distributors have quit. Okay. So it makes me feel like, so I know that Tanya is eventually going to sign, and she actually almost did sign. And like the whole night, so the next day I thought she was going to sign, and that whole night, like terror like swept through me, like, oh my gosh, am I gonna like screw her up too, like I've done everyone else?
And the thing is you're not like, and I ask that because there's times you guys were, even myself, I'm human, like I just signed, you know, those people that you're like, oh my God, if this girl signs, like she's gonna freaking kill it. Like, we all have those people that they're like, if I could get this girl because it's her energy, it's just everything about them. You're like, oh my God, it screams, it works, right? She's just fun and all these things. I just signed one of those. Like, and I was so scared because I think for me, I get scared that if somebody doesn't do well, then like they kind of pull away because they feel stupid that they quit. And then that friendship isn't there. That's what makes me scared. Okay. Because I'm a people person, you guys. My friends are my people. Like, that's just it. So the thing is, that's what makes me nervous. This is the thing, you guys. We get to help people. I can't do this though for every single person. And the thing is that every single person that joins this business is capable of doing this business if they want to. Okay. So you just have to know that, and you have to know like the best thing you can do for your DTs, and same thing for Adriana, because she signed people up, and you were kind of saying that, Adriana, like, I'm nervous because I want them to do well. The thing is to have them do well. Show them what you're doing. Like, show them how you have signed loyal customers. What did you do to get them in the computer? Like, what was your wording? You know, and that's why I say to you guys, like, share your messages on here. Because even if it's Jamie's message, the same thing will probably eventually happen to Ashley, and Ashley can go back and be like, oh yeah, this is what Sarah said, or this is what this, you know, person said, or whatever. So if you guys lead with action, and you're like, you're literally talking your thought process of how you're getting loyal customers and distributors, and how you're putting out that your business is open, you are doing exactly what you should be doing as a sponsor. Okay. A sponsor is not somebody that does all the work for somebody else, that is signing people for somebody else. It's actually empowering each other and giving each other tips of how we've done what we've done so far. Like, that's what it is. Okay. And so I've obviously had people quit too. It makes me sad. You guys, guess what? A lot of people actually do come back because I'm still here, and I'm proud of that. I'm super proud that I never quit because they did, because they also know that I lovingly, with open arms, will accept them back, and they know it's exactly where they should be. And so don't ever be sad about that. And I always tell people, like, if they thought maybe it wasn't working for them, that they can look and be like, you know what? There's no way that Sarah's life has been absolutely perfect for 6 years, and that's why she's done well at it works. No, that's not the truth. Life happens to everybody. It's hard. Life is super hard. But the thing is the things that happen in life are hard. What I can tell you is that this business has always been worth it because it has allowed me choices, and a lot more choices than I ever would have ever had I not done this business, even in the hard moments. So that is why I do it. I had super sick kids for a long, like scary stuff with Grady this whole year so far. And you know what, you guys, I've had an awesome year with my business because honestly, all I can keep thinking is like, thank you, God. I don't care what that costs. I don't care what this costs. Like, I get to be right here the entire time. I get to say, yes, we're going to that appointment at 8 a.m. because I'm not coming home from a hospital shift. I'm not having to work. Like, I'm grateful for that, but I got here and I got those choices because I didn't make excuses. Like, I made time for this business. And so as he was sleeping, I still did my business and I shared life, and people related to that. And I still did my steps to success, you know? So just be proud, you guys. Be proud of every single win. You have to just feed yourself with good thoughts. Don't say that you can't do something if you're learning. If you don't know it, it doesn't mean that you can't learn it, you know? We all have people that say no. We all have people that don't message back. You guys, so even if you're thinking to yourself, like, this is really good because you guys are like, okay, I can say, right? I can say all these statistics. I can say I've earned $267,000 in bonuses. I, make an ambassador pay. I can do this. I'm at the top rank. I can say all that. You guys, it doesn't matter. Like, that's not why people join me. They join me because they see that I can actually run my kids to sports, and I just signed up a DT. They join me because I can pay cash from a Friday bonus for my little, like, renovation that I just did under our stairs, that's why they're joining me. They're not joining me for those other things. So don't ever think like your story is insignificant, because it's not. It's not at all. So when you guys actually show that you're working during crap that's happening in life, or you are literally signing up, you might be at a class or you might be doing something, Adriana, and you do a post where you're like, hey, I'm doing my class right now and I just helped two LCs get signed up. That's telling the next person that's a student, like, why can't I do what Adriana's doing and pay cash for my school? Or why can't I do that and not be paycheck to paycheck or paycheck to credit card to paycheck while I'm going to school? Like, that is why these young girls, you guys, are joining, because they're like, I don't want loans coming out. And I'm like, I don't blame you. If you don't have to have loans, don't, because I hated my loans. Like, yes, they got me so much in life and I don't regret it, but I hated paying those every single month. Like, that's $600, So just know that. Be confident in what you can provide, and know that whatever you feel like you can't, somebody on our team can. That's why we work together, okay? So that's DTs, you guys. Does that help? Ashley, do you have a question about that? I can't hear her.
Sorry, my kiddo's in the bathroom, so I have it on mute.
That's okay. I mute myself all the time, you guys.
No, I did quit the business for a year and then came back.
See, she came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ashley, you came back with a mindset that's like, you'll be an ambassador. And I literally was laying in bed and I told Kevin that. I'm like, she's not messing around.
Yeah.
So the thing is like, you just get to shed light on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's it's not even a bad thing. It's just that I just tell people, I'm like, we will work through whatever is hard or isn't working, because there's always a way, you guys. There's always a way. And I know that because I found it. And I still continue to learn new things and find new things, So, okay, what was your question?
No, my hardest thing is to get people to sign as a distributor also. I get a lot of, I'm shy, I wouldn't be good at it sort of thing.
And you guys just ask, just say, why do you think that you wouldn't be good at it? And honestly, you know what else I say, you guys? This is my other response. They'll list a list of things, right? Because I get the same exact thing. I just say, okay, all of that set aside, all of what you're feeling set aside. Are you interested in making some extra money from home or working from your phone? And honestly, you guys, if they say yes, then I'm like, all that stuff that you just listed, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter, because I have ways to help you. You will honestly, as you start getting some first wins, you're not going to care about that. And you can learn that. You know what I'm saying? So I just say like just shut it. Not that you're shutting it down, but just to show like all of that set aside, like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but do you want to make some extra money? Okay. So that's where we're asking them. Because we have an avenue and an opportunity to give to them that allows them to do that. So you guys, if they say no, then let them be a loyal customer. And you know what? They might change their mind. I have so many loyal customers that upgrade to be distributors, and I love them. So just know that, like, just say that. So be bold, because you know what, Ashley, the other thing I say is like, I want to help you. And if it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. So, like, this is why I'm coming to you. This is why I'm asking you, because I want it to be you. But if you're not ready, or that's not, whatever, then that's okay. But just know, like, I'm going to go find somebody that is, and that's okay to say, because you guys, you are going to find somebody that is. Like, you're not waiting for this person. You don't need this specific person to join you to go diamond. Like, you're going to go find the people that you need, or that are going to join your team. Do you know what I'm saying? So Adriana's still going to go diamond or go emerald. And maybe this person said no. And guess what? She might say yes after she goes emerald. And I'm okay with that. Like, I just have decided, like, see, I told you I didn't need you. Like, I was going to keep going whether you join me or not. And that's a good thing to prove to people, So that's what I say to that, Ashley, if that helps. So I don't like get into a long drawn out thing. I don't start getting sweaty, you guys, when they start like finding things like that. I listen and I say, like, you know what? I kind of thought these were some of the things that scared me when I was thinking of saying yes. Some of them didn't even make sense once I got in. But what it comes down to is, truth is, like, all that set aside, are you interested in making some extra money? From doing something on the side, or having a plan B, or being able to work from your phone, or whatever it is. Because if so, like, that's what I have for you. So then you can just go there with it. Okay, so be confident, you guys. Be confident in that you have something super freaking awesome that is legit, we know is like gold. And so many people would die for it. It's just that they're not bold enough to make the move to do it. So we need to kind of help them just a little bit for that. So the thing is, you guys, I just want to touch on a few more things. We will show how to move loyal customers and distributors if you don't know yet. That happens as you get DTs under you, okay? And the thing is, I'll tell you, I'm not even going to take the time just because we're at 6:16 anyways, but I'm just going to tell you that as you sign customers or distributors, just make sure you're going to your go-to person or your sponsor or whatever to come to me, so that we don't miss anything. I don't want people missing a $100 bonus, because like, we can get those, right? I don't want anybody making a move and we only have 24 hours to move somebody, and once they're moved, we can't like remove them. So it's just really important to keep in contact. And this is what we did in the beginning when I first started, and we didn't know our head from our butts, you guys. And there was a lot of us, and we still somehow did it, but we did it because we communicated. So the other thing is you guys, if you can wrap people and you can throw fits and you can actually get the wrap on them, even like Jamie said, doing like a sip and sample, or like a one-on-one appointment, you don't even have to do a party to wrap somebody. It takes 5 minutes, like literally. That's all I did, you guys. I did little one-on-one appointments, and I made $1,100 in wrap cash. But the thing is I didn't just make $1,100 in wrap cash. I was signing almost every single one of them as a customer or a distributor. So the thing is like, there's so much power in doing that, but you have to offer it. If they're asking about the wrap, just say, let me wrap you. You can try one, you can feel it, you can see how it works, and it's only $25 to try one. The wrap will do the talking. The sipping of the keto coffee and the greens together, it does the talking for you. All those things do the talking for you. So if you can get in front of people, you can let their little mitts get on our products. Like, it is fun. It gets you wrap cash, and it will sign loyal customers. It will sign distributors. Okay. So that's fits. I know that. Ashley, are you still doing that one with your husband, or at your husband's work? Oh, he's here.
I'm hoping I am. I'm supposed to go there tomorrow for lunch, but Jackson hasn't felt very good today, so it'll depend on if he goes to school tomorrow.
Yeah. Gosh, you guys.
If he's feeling better, then yes.
Poor baby.
Okay.
Well, if not, that's okay. But I know, but you have that for this month at some point.
If not, I thought about sending just some samples that they wanted with Justin so that they could at least try them along with like my info.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing too, which is good. I know that Brandy's actually done that at work, you guys, or she brings her keto with her to work, but then she's mixing it there, but she also like leaves it on the counter kind of by the coffee thing in the meeting room, so the people are kind of asking, and not like she's leaving a magazine. Like she's just kind of like, she's like, everyone else's water bottles are right there, so I just leave my stuff right there. So same thing for you, like even thinking about it, Adriana, like maybe like I know that I normally would probably make my keto coffee and have it on my way to work. Instead of doing that, maybe think like I'm going to actually mix it at like 8 p.m. or even 9 p.m. once I kind of do my first set of rounds. And then that way people are kind of all in the station and I'm like mixing mine together. So people are going to be like, what are you doing? What is that? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the sample thing is just really good. And I know conversations can be overheard. And you guys, that's the other thing. Like we were at T-ball on Saturday and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, somebody was talking about being tired. I'm like, yeah, I need a total pick-me-up. I'm like, I ran out of my keto coffee. And I'm like, I'm dying. And I didn't even like think about it. And I'm like, obviously they should know what it is. And they're like, what is that? Like, what is this stuff that you love so much? And like literally 4 moms were like, and I'm like, no, it's amazing. First of all, it tastes good. It has awesome benefits. Like I didn't go into like, oh, it has MCT oil and it has this. Like I just said it has awesome benefits. And I was like, oh yeah, and it burns fat, just so you know. And they were all like, I need some of that, you know? So you guys just think, like open your mouth, have conversations with people. People are overhearing that. Be excited. Ask questions amongst our group thing. We're all here to help each other. Make sure as you sign people, you are letting someone know so that we can make sure it's all coming together, and make sure that you have your new steps to success printed and then your map, right? So you want to have like your executive and your Ruby maps printed out. So as you do this, you know exactly what you need to hit that, and you can follow up and you can see, oh gosh, I only need like 60 more in volume. Like, so that's maybe one customer, you know, or one customer for keto coffee and greens. Like you can kind of break it down on the BV, and then you kind of know, like, maybe I should post about that. Or, oh, I had a girlfriend that, you know, was interested in that. I need to follow up with her and see if she's ready to order. Like those types of things. But if you don't have these out, you guys, you're going to be lost. Okay. So they're super important to have. So there's that. We talked about the fit, growing networks. I'm going to give one tip on growing a network that I think works so magnificent. You know, when it says on birthdays, you guys, on Facebook, how it tells you like it's so-and-so's birthday, and every other person goes and comments on their wall, I want us to send a personal message. Okay. So I even do that for people that I don't talk to. And I just say it's so simple and it's such a kind gesture just in general. And all of you people are kind people, so I think it just speaks a lot of us. But literally, I've done that to like, I've done it all last week, and I have all those people that I did that to. They're like liking my posts. They wrote me back. Like most of them have done that, because the thing is, you guys, 98% of the people just go post on their wall and it gets lost. We're literally sending them a personal message that says like, "Hey, happy birthday, Adriana. I hope you have a day filled with love." You know, and celebrating all that you are today. You know, that's all I write. And it's so nice. Like, how nice to get a message about that. So, and then the other thing is some of those people are people that I've added, and maybe when they added me back as a friend, I was like busy doing something. So I didn't have them on my like potentials list or my hundreds list. And so it's been nice when I've gone back, because I'm like, shoot, like how did I lose this girl in the mix? So then I hurry up and I go and I put them in my planner. So that way there's somebody, when I go to interact with people on Facebook or when I'm on there, like I have their name and I just type them in and I go see if they posted anything so I can respond to that stuff and there. But that is super easy. Birthdays, and send a personal message instead of posting on a wall. Okay. And then I'm going to put the link in our conversation, but there's an online party that Janie Copeland is doing, and she's a triple diamond of ours. So kind of exactly like the one that I did last month. So over the next few days, it's on March 6th. So it's just from home. It's online. So over the next few days, we should see how many invites we can send out to people personally and see if we can get some people plugged in, because they would be hearing from Janny instead and not me. So they could hear from somebody else too. So I'll put that on there as well. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I gotta go, ladies.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye, ladies.
Okay, I'm going to stop this recording really quick.